Guys, I have a very important statement to make, and I cannot even believe I'm about to say these words. But we are less than 2 weeks away from the release of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I cannot freaking even believe it. So that's why in this video, I kind of want to talk about how the game looks graphically compared to Breath of the Wild, and I'm going to kind of go into the case why I think this game looks so much better graphically than Breath of the Wild, and I have a few key areas I want to hone in on. So let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, hey, how you doing? Turbo Jesse here. I'm kind of a Zelda, Nintendo, PlayStation tuber, I would call it. Not quite a Z-tuber, not quite a PlayStation tuber, not quite a Nintendo tuber. Is that even a world? Nintendo tuber? That just sounds weird. Anyway, I talk about all things gaming and things that interest me. Planning on covering a lot of Tears of the Kingdom way past release. Guys, I'm getting dangerously close to 3,000 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that old sub-a-rooney button, hitting that like button, I'd really appreciate it. But let's get right into this video. Before I talk about the graphics for Tears of the Kingdom, I want to get something very, very straight and clear. I am not a graphics whore. I don't care about graphics in my video games. I think it's all about gameplay. Granted, I do love good graphics, I'm not going to lie. When I was playing God of War Ragnarok, my jaw was dropped the entire time. Same thing with Horizon Forbidden West. I love graphics, trust me, but for me, it's not the most important thing. I think gameplay is so much more important. I do like a few things about graphics. I like when it's detailed. I don't need to be hyper realistic, but I like details. Something that always really gets me excited. And this is going to sound really weird, but seeing individual blades of grass in a video game, that's always just really impressive and cool. So that's why in Breath of the Wild, there's so much grass blowing in the wind and flowers. It's just really impressive with that game. I know it's that cel-shaded art style. It's not quite as flat as something like Wind Waker, but it's not really realistic either. I love the art style for Breath of the Wild. That's why I'm so excited to make this video and kind of point out a few details that I've kind of seen in gameplay footage and trailers. And I really think Tears of the Kingdom just looks so much more impressive. Now, the first detail that really caught my eye and really got me even thinking about making this video and got me impressed about how good Tears of the Kingdom looks was with the newest final gameplay trailer. And just that opening maybe 20 seconds when the camera is zooming in through the clouds. The clouds in this game just look bonkers. Every time Link is kind of going skydiving and you see clouds moving, it's just so much better than Breath of the Wild. They don't look hyper realistic like the burning shores of Forbidden West where you're Aloy going through the clouds and it looks like you're looking up in the real sky. But the clouds in Tears of the Kingdom, they are mighty fine, good looking. That's how I would just call Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom graphically. Not realistic, I know it's cel-shaded, but they're just good looking. They're just good looking graphics. And these clouds right here, these are mighty fine, good clouds. And these are white clouds. I can't wait to see when there's a big storm, lightning. I can't wait to see what other type of weather is really going to be affected. Rain was such a big part of Breath of the Wild. I'm really excited to see what rain and storms look like in Tears of the Kingdom. Something I used to do all the time in Breath of the Wild, whenever the sun was about to set or rise, was actually stop and look to the horizon and watch these magnificent sunsets. I know in the original trailer you saw Link riding on a horse on the beach during a sunset, and it was just this game looks unbelievable. The sunsets with a color palette, it's literally a piece of art. And in this clip right here, I think the developers at Nintendo outdid their self again. The sunsets in Tears of the Kingdom are going to be jaw-dropping. I know I said that earlier in this video, jaw-dropping, but that's really the only way to describe how beautiful these sunsets and sunrises are going to be. Let's be real. Nintendo's never made anything this beautiful in a video game. I mean, sunset and sunrise is such a part of our everyday lives that we take for granted. But when they could kind of make it this beautiful in a video game, You know, you just gotta have to stop sometimes, slow down, stop your side mission, stop your, side quests, stop your fight to kill Ganon, and just sit on a cliff somewhere or on the beach and watch these magnificent sunsets on your big TV or on playing it handheld. It's really amazing how good these sunsets look. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know anything about graphics or making video games or teraflops or, 1080p, 4K, any of that, Star Trek talk. But I do know what I've seen in Tears of the Kingdom. The draw distance just looks insane. That basically means like the clarity looking out into the distance, like seeing like fields, rivers, mountains. This really got my attention in that gameplay presentation a few weeks ago when Link is skydiving and you could just see all around Hyrule so clear. I know in Breath of the Wild you'd go onto your Sheikah Towers and look out and you'd be able to see the world, but now it just looks so much more clear, and it just got me so excited to explore this game and, being able to point out any distance on the map and be like, hey, I can get there, and this game, it looks so clear, I can find that area really, really quick. A lot of previews have dropped for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom the last few days. We've seen more gameplay than ever before. And there's basically consensus saying that yes, this game is very similar to Breath of the Wild, but they just add a ton of mechanics on top of it. We know about Fuse, we know about Ascend. There's a bunch of other powers and toys that really help with traversal. So we're not really expecting a graphical overhaul here, just tweaks and improvements. I mean, come on. Breath of the Wild came out 6 years ago, and let's be real, it was designed for the Wii U and ported to the Switch. 6 years later, Nintendo developers should have the ability to make a ton of improvements because this game is designed for the Switch. So I'm just really excited to see what other graphical improvements have been made to this game and to the gameplay from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. What do you guys think? Do you think there was a graphical leap from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom? Do you think the game just looks the exact same with new mechanics, on top? Let me know down in the comments section. I love getting back to every single one of my comments. It's one of my favorite things of, making content and being on YouTube is interacting with you guys. So definitely, leave that comment. If you're new to my channel, please think about subscribing, hitting that like button. Like I said before, we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I'd love to get there before this game comes out. I have a ton of videos in the works and I can't wait to share them with you, and a few other big projects that I'm very excited about. Anyway guys, like always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support. Guys, I am Turbo Jesse, and I'll see you on the flip side.